Hello, this is Mugaris. My name is Manyenga.
And I am Mungu. And thank you so much for joining us on Mugaris this week. Now, last week we had a problem.
A very big problem.
The problem of producers thinking that we're not doing what they want us to be doing. We're not reviewing the cars they don't want us to review.
They actually threatened us, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But hey, look, we are complying today. We are featuring the Nissan X-Trail. Yeah, it's a really nice car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. It's got 4 wheels. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels.
This car, they made it as an alternative to off-road vehicles. It looks like an off-road.
Talking about off-roading, we do have a car that can do a bit of off-roading, and that is the Jeep.
Yep, the Grand Cherokee.
Oh, beautiful.
2014, 3-liter diesel.
Wait, Mungu, won't the producers be unhappy?
Why?
Because they told us to do this one.
Yeah, well, look, if the producers are unhappy, we still have this car. We're going to sit in it. The interior of this Jeep Cherokee, it's okay. It's alright. I mean, they're trying as much as possible to at least compete with their rivals, the BMW X5, of course the ML, and other aspects. Look, Cherokee tried.
Yeah, there are a lot of plastics in here for a car of this price.
You get it from Jeep. Jeep is like that most of the time. They're really not concerned about the looks, like the inside feel and the inside comfort. They're very much concerned about its off-roading ability. And I've been told that this is really quite an off-road car. However, these days we don't get cars for off-road. We get cars so that they look nice while we drive CT.
Yeah, how many times do you actually go off-road?
Yeah.
I mean, when you get a car, it's to work and back home, and probably the longest trip you probably go, well, for us, is Bulawayo, and we're going to Montrose, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, for you, if you think that this car is proper for your daily run, yeah, it is. You got huge amount of space in here. It drives okay. I'm not exactly impressed with the engine.
But you were talking something, you were sharing with me earlier on, the first feel in terms of how visible this car is.
Yeah, the visibility in this car is good, really good. You got really large windows, and even if you look at the rim, it's amazing. Like, you really don't have too many obstructions in terms of pillars and everything. Maybe the major worry will be this one, but it's nothing I would complain about. It's wonderful being in here. I love the gear lever. After so many weeks of driving cars with weird odd gear levers, it's good to be back to somewhere
where
used
it's supposed to be. Back where it's supposed to be.
It's good to be here, but as we mentioned, yes, they tried with the interior. No, sorry, somebody trying to sell us something during a review. We said that there are a lot of plastics here, especially with the infotainment system.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy with the infotainment system. It doesn't shout out quality. The resolution on the infotainment system is nothing to write home about. It's okay if you're coming from an ordinary car, but if you've driven the Range Rover Sport, you've driven the GLC, you'll really be disappointed with the infotainment system here. We did talk about the plastics, plenty of plastics. How do you feel as a passenger?
It's a comfortable ride. Look, as a passenger, I've been in the other vehicles. Look, as a passenger, you feel like, you're being driven somewhere because it's quite a steady ride.
It is.
I know you're saying that it's kind of you feel the road and you feel the wheels, but as a passenger, I don't feel that.
The 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee provides a pleasant on-road experience and has legendary off-road capability. Its cabin is upscaled and its handling is solid. For these reasons, it was named the 2014 Best Two-Row SUV for families. The 2014 Grand Cherokee has a 290 horsepower 3.6-liter V6 engine, a turbo diesel V6 engine, and two V8 engines ranging in power from 240 to 470 horsepower are available. An 8-speed automatic transmission is standard in all models. All-wheel drive, which is great for bad weather and dirt roads, comes in at a base model. The Grand Cherokee is available with a number of systems for off-roading. Two off-road 4-wheel drive systems are available depending on the traction needs. Look for Grand Cherokees with Quadra-Drive II and Quadra-Drive II. These systems include drive modes that improve grip on a variety of terrain conditions.
Right, so welcome to the information hub. Like, still having our nice Nissan X-Trail, which we are totally loving today.
It's an amazing car.
Apart from the Grand Cherokee that we are also loving. So in the news, Manyenga,
Why do you always talk over me?
why should I not talk over you?
No, people want to hear me too.
No, you should understand. It's an issue of the type of voice you have. I mean, if I was going to be speaking like, hi, this is the information app, how would I sound?
You've got a problem with my voice.
No, I don't have a problem. I think it's quite nice. What's the first thing in the news?
All right, the first thing in the news is that Porsche is coming up with a new battery. And this battery is supposed to revolutionize the electric car.
Who thinks about these things? How do you put a battery in a Porsche? How do you put electricity in it? Just pump some gas.
Electricity is the way to go.
Hey, whatever.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, whatever.
Ahead of its annual results conference today, Porsche has shared details of how it plans to develop a range of high-performance batteries for its top-flight EVs. Porsche is investigating the use of silicon rather than graphite anodes in battery packs to improve energy density and reduce charging times. Porsche's first EV, the Taycan, is first production electric car to use 800-volt charging architecture, and the company plans to be on the front foot with its next battery innovations too. The first batteries to use the new technology will be reserved for limited run performance flagships and customer motorsport cars. But the firm said that the power units used in its future production cars will benefit from the technological experience gained. These prototypes units will be built in Europe, and Porsche said that it will ensure that there is a completely European production chain for high-performance batteries going forward.
Now, in other news, Aston Martin has introduced, in fact, on this Monday, they're launching the Aston Martin Vapor, the new 2021 model. We haven't seen much of it in terms of what it looks like, but I know it's powered to the T.
With dinosaur juice.
Like what vehicles are supposed to be. Put gas in it.
Put it on electricity.
Whatever.
Aston Martin has previewed what appears to be an uprated version of its Vantage Coupe ahead of an official unveiling this Monday. Now, no details have been published and the darkened preview image gives little away, but we can see that the modifications include a large rear spoiler, bespoke wheel designs and aggressive side air outlets. The color scheme of the preview car appears to mirror that of the recently revealed Vantage safety car that will be used for the 2021 Formula One season, suggesting that this could be a road-going version of the track car. It's reasonable to suggest that the new arrival will bring added power and promises of improved dynamics over the standard car, as is the case with the safety car. This means power from the Vantage AMG-derived 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 will likely be upped from 503 brake horsepower to 528 brake horsepower. And while torque output remain unchanged at 461, a recalibrated gearbox should allow for a flatter torque curve, improving acceleration at higher speeds.
Our last bit of news. Look, the coronavirus pandemic has really hit hard in most factories, and I know that Toyota and Mazda, they're having a hard time. They've stopped production of a couple of vehicles.
Yeah, but they should copy Daimler, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should. But Toyota is quite a nice brand. It's the most popular, and everybody loves the Toyota.
You can get parts anyway.
Yeah, but what happened? Why?
Toyota Motor Corp and Honda Motor Co. Limited announced on Wednesday new North American production cuts, citing supply chain issues that have wreaked havoc with the auto industry. Toyota said it would cut production this week at 4 plants in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Mexico, citing a shortage of petrochemicals and recent severe weather conditions affecting production. A Toyota spokesperson said the production cuts will impact production of the Camry, Camry Hybrid, Avalon Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, Lexus ES350, Lexus ES300H, and Tacoma, but declined to say how long or how much production would be cut. Honda said late on Tuesday that supply chain issues would force a halt to production at a majority of its US-Canadian auto plants for a week starting next Monday, and would result in some production cuts at all US and Canadian plants next week.
Right, so viewers here on Mugaris got to send some amazing mail to us. They got us some videos. If you want to do that, continue doing that. We want to hear from you. So apparently these guys like us. In fact, they like me. They don't like you.
Yeah, that's because they like diesel and petrol cars, and they don't like electric cars.
Yeah,
like I do.
Yeah, check out these guys.
Hi, Team Mugaris, Brian from Barry. Why I watch Mugaris? Well, finally, we have our own local car reviewing show. And for someone who likes cars, it's actually a great initiative by ZBC. The presenters themselves are fun guys. They know what they'll be doing during the time they are reviewing the cars. And it's a great initiative. So thank you, ZBC, and thank you, Team Mugaris. Well, my favorite ride at the moment is the BMW X5, the M competition variant.
Greetings, Team Mugaris. I'm enjoying your show, guys. You are nailing it. Brilliant, excellent. Step never stop. I enjoyed the show of S-Class Benz Ndoguti Motaka. Wow, amazing. Step never stop. Mr. Nyaguse, aka Major General, signing out.
Thank you guys. Lovely. Brian and the Major General.
Yes, Major General what? Salvation Army.
I don't know why he calls himself Major. You need to explain, but you're a cool guy though. As long as you like me.
I salute you. You should like me too. Got a special guest. No, he's not. He's not special.
Special, I mean special. Manchester City is special, so by virtue of that, among things.
It's a car show, McDonald.
All right, so we're sticking to car stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Manchester.
Not Liverpool.
Why do? Okay, so this is Mugaris, and we have McDonald Gurura here, and he's our special guest today. Maybe move back a bit because you're making me look like a midget. That's better.
I thought you wanted
Camera
to
person,
see the
that's
brand.
good, right?
Wow.
That's good, right? Yeah. Stay there.
You,
Making me look like a
you know
midget.
what? People look up to me, literally.
That's so
And
dry.
you-
That's so dry. McDonald, you have had an exciting career. You started off at ZBC. Please tell us about that.
Thank you very much for having me here on the show. I've been following it. Good job you're doing. I worked for ZBC for about 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. Then took a bit of a hiatus, but I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Unfortunately, you're back on Mugaris. So we've got the 2014 Jeep Cherokee here. Excellent car. Tell us, how did this thing make you feel?
Dude, like when I got here, the first thing was, I don't know whether it was the telepathy thing going on. I'm in blue, it's in blue.
Yeah, but we told you that the car was blue, and then you picked up the blue.
Well, you know, being anyway, another story for another day. We'll never stop, talking about the car. I mean, when I got inside and I just felt a bit, I love the headroom, the good headroom. I'm a tall guy, so maybe you are happy with the Fiat and Uno. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you're going to
would
mention the
literally
fact
be-
that you're tall.
Yeah,
consistently.
it's all dark and handsome. So it would be a very difficult thing for me to, get in cars with, less headroom. And the other thing that I saw that I really loved in comparison with the car that I currently have is the clearance. I love the clearance, and that gives it quite some good, traction on the road, and you don't get into much messes with uphills and so forth. So I love that.
The interior?
Woo! Yeah, it's comfortable. comfortable. I always say that, a car is about getting you from point A to point B, but I also add the fact that you must get there comfortably. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, so let's talk about your experiences with cars. How has been your experience with cars?
My experience with cars. Okay, I'll just talk first about this Jeep. That was my boss, right? Yeah. My boss from a job that I used to have. It's a man.
Not yet though.
No, not yet. No. It was an advertising agency. He loved nice, luxurious SUVs and so forth. And so it's a funny story because he had a Mercedes, sold it, and then he got a Jeep, almost like this. But then the Jeep that he got was not in good condition. So it was really nice how it looked on the outside, but on the road. Yeah, we had a couple of all-nighters going to jobs. So it was a funny experience, the Jeep. But funny enough, my first car, I never drove my first car.
You never drove it?
Never drove it.
How does that happen?
All right. So my best friend, Wellington, is in South Africa right now. He buys me a car. Buys me the Nissan Langley, and I wasn't around at the time. I come back, give me the book, McDonald. This is your car. I bought it for you. Fantastic. I saw the car. Oh, I loved it. Then I went away again. Then when I came back, somebody came and I said, you know what, McDonald, I want to give you X amount of dollars for this car. I was like, ching ching.
You sold the car?
I did, with his blessing, of course.
You tell me you bought a stand or something, or you bought another car with that. Okay.
Yeah, moving on swiftly.
Well, what's the craziest thing that you ever done in a car? Not that.
Everybody's done that. But my uncle, God rest his departed. So my uncle, he was in the army, and it's about Puma. I grew up in the ghetto in Stingizo there, so it was a real thing if he was around, and he comes to visit family and so forth. And oh my goodness, it was always an amazing thing to be up there, and he's driving, and then you're looking out at the other kids. It's like, in your face,
and it's
in
an
your
army.
face.
It's an army truck.
Nobody would bully you as anymore.
Never. They wouldn't. They wouldn't even come close.
That's a bummy one.
Oh, that's awesome. So McDonald, what are you doing now?
Right now I'm into PR, public relations, and media. But you see me soon again on the news desk. So yeah.
Okay, no one is excited about that. Thanks a lot, McDonald, for coming, man.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you, mate.
That is McDonald Gurura, and he is a TV personality joining us here on Mugaris. We take a short break. After the break, we'll take a look at what is happening inside the car as well as what to expect in the exterior.
So Jeep had to compete with the Mercedes, with VW. How would they have done that? VW had the Touareg, Mercedes had their ML. That was going to be quite something, an achievement of them to actually achieve that, to actually get to the point where you can say, I would rather choose a Jeep over a Mercedes. Well, what did they do? They made sure that the cost of a Grand Cherokee is affordable, but you get some of the perks, not all of it, some of the perks that you get with those competitive vehicles. This is a well-designed vehicle. This is the kind of vehicle that they designed with one thing in mind: put Mercedes off their perch. Did they do that? I still think they haven't, but it's a good-looking vehicle. Right, so now the Jeep Grand Cherokee is a beautiful car, as we see. It looks fantastic. The way they just designed it out there at the back, that's what you say. This is an off-road SUV that then looks good to drive to work with. Look, they say you don't have to touch it. Why do you need to touch it? Use buttons. Buttons are generally what is needed when you use this car, and it will do this. The space in here is not that great, but it is still sufficient. Whatever you want to do. Of course, you might not be able with some masaga, matatu or mana when you hit the rural areas there, but look, this is okay for basically what you're almost trying to achieve, putting a load into a truck, sort of like vehicle such as this one. And then when you're done, you don't have to do the usual, hey, let me lock it, let me put it down, do the same thing, get it down. This is how it does. It does it like that. How cool is that?
You've got leather materials in here and the seats are comfortable. This armrest here is made of good material, so when you're driving,
yeah, it's okay. You've got leather materials there, even on the doors. There are little spaces of plastics. This wood plasticky finish here is okay, but the center console, very disappointing. Very disappointing. It looks like it has been grabbed from the Ice Age. If they had screens in the Ice Age. They've got a 7.1 inch screen here that has a resolution only someone who has a Game Boy from 1998 would be proud of. The resolution is not okay. You've got the buttons here, they don't feel like quality at all. And the one thing that I like though is the gear lever. It's here where I'm used to it, not on the side like the Range Rover and the GLC and the two Mercedeses that we had. You've got flappy paddle gear levers right here. Your digital instrument cluster is okay, gives you all the information that you're looking for.
Now, the two-row 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee sits 5 comfortably. Cloth seats are standard and leather is available. High-quality materials line the interior. Backseat room for taller passengers is satisfactory. Dash controls are well placed and within easy reach of the driver. There are the 3 full-latch anchors, push-button start, and Jeep's UConnect infotainment system, which includes a USB port, Bluetooth, and a 5-inch touch screen, a sunroof, satellite radio, navigation, a Harman Kardon audio system, HD radio.
We're at the back now. The first things first, like you all know, I'm going to talk about legroom. Now this seat is adjusted, well, it looks like it's been adjusted to McDonald's driving position, but still got a lot of legroom here, a lot of space to put my feet under. Well, a lot is stretching it a bit too far. I've got enough space to put my legs through there, so the ride will be comfortable. I'm not exactly a short person. Enough headroom there. And the seat is adjustable. So for those long rides, you can get really comfortable. I don't know if I'm still in the frame there, but you can adjust your seats. Two-way adjustments there. You've got your climate control at the back and heated seats. You've also got 2 USB ports there. And unfortunately, this is a dual zone climate system in here, so you won't have much control in the back. The seats are comfortable. You can actually sit 3 people here. Not comfortable, will be a bit tight. And here, the transmission tunnel is really small, so you can actually put your feet there and you won't be wrestling with the other passengers. For leg space there, and you've got nets to put things like your perfume or hand sanitizer or your laptop. But you have scratchy materials at the back here. They made it a bit cheap at the back. You've got sufficient door bins in there and put... Okay, you can't fit that. They're really small door bins at the back, but you can put them there. See? Nice, isn't? Yep. So that's it at the back? No, it's not. You've got these screens at the back here, so you can have your entertainment at the back. You connect them with your AV cables, your USB cable. You can put in your headphones. So you got massive controls of this screen. So for long journeys, you'll have enough entertainment. Forgot to mention that it has got a sunroof, so lots of light coming in at the back here. But one thing I don't like about this car, the windows don't go all the way down. Can't get flamboyant. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is an amazing off-roader. But we only found that out on the internet, didn't we?
Yeah, well, apparently we were not allowed to take it off-road because apparently they weren't interested in us taking off-road vehicles off-road.
Yeah, so defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it?
It does, but I still think the Grand Cherokee is a really nice car. I think for its competition, it could be last, but in terms of off-roading capability, it is first. Great car.
Oh, it's an amazing car. That
Yeah.
wasn't so happy with the interior. The infotainment system wasn't up to standard,
Yeah.
but still a great off-roader. If you're looking for a car that performs off-road, that's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. But if you're looking for comfort, you're looking for a high-end infotainment system, great design, probably not the car for you.
Exactly, but if you can't afford a Grand Cherokee, it's quite expensive. $30,000, at least $30,000 for a used 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So look, you can use like a third of the money, around 9-10 grand, and get a Nissan X-Trail. For the Zimbabwean market, it's not really that bad. It does the off-roading. If you mean like potholes.
Pot-holding.
That's sort of pot-holding. It's a really nice pot-holding vehicle, which then works. It has to work. But this has been Mugaris, and we love these people.
Yes, we love you, and we love every comment that you're sending, because you're making this product better each and every time. It's not, probably some of our efforts, but it's mainly down to you and the feedback that you're giving us.
I'm loving the group, Mayenga. I'm loving the group.
Yes.
I mean, shout outs to all those guys in the group. I know Super Dex.
Super Dix, how you doing? You good?
Yeah.
$10.
There you
How
go.
you doing?
Brian, you sent the message. Brilliant, lovely. And all the other guys.
Yeah, and all the other guys.
And the ladies as well.
The ladies.
Yeah.
Please join us. Let's talk about cars. And you find our numbers somewhere here.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So get hold of us. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what you think of motoring in Zim. Like, thank you so much for the guys. We made an appeal the other week, and we said, look, we want to test a hybrid
And an electric car.
I know you did at some point. Catch this out. Look at this. So he had a little bit of a thing with an electric vehicle.
Hello, how you doing? I am driving my first electric car. I'm super excited. I've always wanted to do this. So I'm in a Nissan Leaf. Okay, this is a 2012 model. It's a 24 kilowatt battery power. So, like most of you know, if you're an electric car fan, the torque on this thing is instant. So that's what we're going to be testing right now. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Here we go. Ooh, okay.
Man.
Oh, this is a silent monster, right? Silent monster.
Oh my guy.
I had fun.
How's that fun?
I had fun.
How's
The
that
talk on that thing was amazing, and it was silent.
Yeah.
Like it was making no noise.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Think about it. Your kid like gets into the car, turns it on. You have no idea what's
How will you
happening.
turn it on? I've got the key.
Look, don't be funny, my guy.
Yeah,
We can't be going electric. In fact,
Mungu, that is the only way to go. The only way to go is electric. We should leave this whole business of dinosaur juice and polluting the environment. Electric cars. Kupela.
Mugaris, kanesiri pumbia wibo kule Mugaris, 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 kana shida yako janja tobe Mugaris, Mugaris, yeah, ndakudiwa ne my baby coast in a heavy Garis, Garis, Anna Susie Antoinette Nana Mavis, wada kukwira Mugaris.